apologies to the Welsh Government. I have nicked all of your very nice, snazzy branding because I think it looks great. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have a look at that. And we're going to go through, but we're going to do so through the framing of the all-important, if you remember these are the Crayonista rules, the Railnatter Crayonista rules. Well, there we are. We're going to remind ourselves what these all are. So, first of all, the thing you have to do is think about what it's for. That's the first thing you have to do if you're developing a new railway line that you think is a good idea, a new railway idea. The second thing you have to do is think about what it's for again. You have to do that again, because no one ever thinks quite hard enough about what a railway is for. They often just think, particularly in crayon terms, they just go, where was a former railway? I think it'd be nice to reopen that, which is not the right way to do this. Number 3, funnily enough, don't just reuse old alignments. That's a big rule. And number 4, don't just bulldoze everything as well. You cannot just assume that you can bulldoze anything. Number 5, mimic real railway geometry. Well, thankfully, as a rail engineer, I have the benefit of actually knowing how railway geometry works and developing that, so that helps. And number 6, slap a cost on it, use big numbers. Well, thankfully, I've done that. I have done some costings for this railway as to what I think it might realistically cost. And number 7, don't do anything fancy. These are in a strange order, but the don't do anything fancy is really going, don't develop some bespoke, double horseshoe viaduct fancy solution, because it's just not going to happen. Try and keep this to something reasonably realistic at this stage, and you can perhaps start proposing fancy things when you get into level of detail where you actually have design information. Because remember, this is just going off aerial photography. This is not a rail map being developed with anything other than some aerial photography and a reasonable idea of habitat and property receptors and how to avoid them.